I mean, this is so inspiring. There's so much that I'd have to have all of my jazz chops, and I can just think shapes again. I can totally play some like prog fusion now. Normally, I present myself as the teacher. And today, I'm going to be the student. In a moment, we're going to welcome Thomas Adam Billings from Terraphones, and he's going to teach me about this new instrument, Nymira, that is based on the circle of fifths. And we're going to learn how to explore harmony through this thing. Let's welcome Adam on board.
Hello.
Should we just jump right into this? Should we unbox this thing?
Let's do it.
I've always felt that harmony was sort of a weak spot for me. And that's why I'm so excited about this instrument, because I'm very aware of the circle of fifths, but I have a sense that frolicking with this instrument and just exploring is probably going to strengthen my harmonic experience.
This is like the main page in the manual. I used a lot of language online talking about the circle of fifths because that's the thing that a lot of people know about. But as I've dived through all of my different Instagram and TikTok comments, I talk a lot about the circle of thirds too. When you look at a normal circle of fifths, you usually have the major chord and then the relative minor underneath it. The entire instrument is isomorphic. So if you play a progression in one key, you can basically just shift the entire thing and it'll still be the same progression, but just in a different key. You have to think instead of left and right, like clockwise and counterclockwise. Brian, you can start playing a little bit in this area and see sort of what happens. What you already did here was you played these two together to make the 5/7 chord. The next level of this instrument then is playing combinations of different keys. What you were just doing here was playing this chord and this chord together. And the star keys by themselves are just diminished triads. And so what you're actually playing by playing those two directly is just G, B, D, and then also B, D, F, which equals G, B, D, F, which is just a G7 chord.
So if I want an A in there,
if you wanted G, B, D plus D, F, A, this would be the way to do dominant 9. Yeah. If you want flat 9, you would just play this diminished chord instead. So it's G plus D diminished. If you press and hold this button right here, press and hold it for like a second or two. Now it should be in drop 2 mode.
listen to that. Oh, listen to that. Oh, that's just great.
Speaking more generally to the idea of Terraphones is to make instruments that feel more organic. So you can't push in certain extremes that maybe with other synths you would be able to. But I think that gives it a color of its own as a whole instrument. Instead of it just being sine waves, we can change everything. If you see the 7 black buttons underneath each of the different sliders here, you press those and then you can turn that first knob that you were messing with, the like only actual like knob, that changes the timbre of each partial. To edit one of the different partials, you have to press that button and then, yeah. So the 3 different big modes, we're in like additive mode, like you just explored. And now there's sort of a subtractive mode, definitely like a secondary, more simpler mode that you can go into by pressing both of the function buttons together.
Nice triangle. Some pulses. Love our saws. Boy, do I love saws. So wait, if I want a 6/9 chord,
that gets into the sus chord mode, which is a great transition to what we're talking about right now. The idea is if you play a major chord and then the star key counterclockwise.
I hear the E moving to D,
yeah.
And then if I add this, I don't know if...
That should be C, D, G, and then G, A, D. So you're adding A to it.
Good. So that means...
And you can keep going as well. Try the C sus that you're doing, and then just add the D major chord. That should be the whole pentatonic scale. We'll do the newest mode, the mode that I put in for myself 5 years ago, who, if I got this instrument, I would be stoked for this mode, which is Granular Mode. You'll press both of the mode buttons again together.
Now, if I want to transpose this chord, right now I'm at like at that whole C6/9 kind of thing. And if I want to go B flat 6/9, I should be able to just rotate everything counterclockwise.
We've got two things that will help you as well. As we cycled through the different like arpeggiator modes before, in this granular mode, the bottom function button allows you to like press the note and just toggle it on. So then you could like go to your B flat sus chord a little easier. The very last slider of the ones you're messing with here changes the grain size randomly.
Oh, it's, yeah, like Marble's Jitter.
Yes. That's exactly what I took it from, is Marble's Jitter.
The more clicks, you know, movements away in the circle that you go, the more chromaticism is going to happen. Now, to get out of that... No, wait.
Yeah. Now you're back in the regular mode, but you have to press a chord.
You have to hit a new chord to do it.
What you were just explaining was really great, and it's actually when I try to teach chord progressions using the circle of fifths, I talk about that a lot. But the whole reason why I wanted to make this an interface is because instead of thinking about, I'm going to start here and I'm going to go, like, let's say 2 or 3 clicks away, what you can do is you can envision this as a whole ribbon, where if you're in a certain area and you want to go far away, you can place something in between those two areas that will sort of link them together.
Yeah.
You know? So it shifts everything more subtly if you actually use the circle of fifths as a path to go for.
Things are moving downward in fifths. The 5 is going to the 1. So intervallically, you're resolving this way.
You go 1, 4, and then 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1.
I'm in like Hope Core memes zone. There's this Instagram called Hope Core memes. It's hilarious. It's all of these like diatonic jazz fusion, people floating. I want to go to what would sound like the 5 chord, but I don't know what I'm in right now.
You're kind of in F, so you could go to C.
See, this is the harmonic awareness that I think is going to start to develop. I wasn't thinking chords. I was just like moving back and forth and listening, right?
It's the shapes.
But then I hear where I want to go, but I don't know what that is yet. But it's going to start to be like, this is like a guitar in a way, where you might not even know what notes you're playing. You're doing relative movement. So basically, I was in F there. I was kind of doing a 1/4-ish thing.
But it's cool where your hand is right now. Your middle finger is on the tonic, and so everything to the left of your middle finger is the predominant, and then that's the dominant on that side. So you follow where your hand is. Oh, cool.
That's nice. I'm in like Lydian zones here. Okay, that's cool. Come up with a move. If you were playing with this vibe right now, what would you harmonically, just give me an idea.
You could go right in between to the 2 minors chords that you're sort of flanking.
So what would that be, these two above or below?
The E minor and the B minor in between.
Oh, that's nice.
Then you can start to you could creep sharpward by adding like a sus chord or something sharpward, like D sus, A sus maybe.
Those
yeah,
two?
Yeah, you could go to there.
Okay, very cool. Remind me what these do?
The first one is how much, basically like spray. And then the next one is like grain size or speed. And then jitter.
So slower is this way, right? So cool. Okay, let's just do this now. Does it work like this?
Wow.
That's nice. Let's add something rhythmic. I mean, this is so inspiring. Like, there's so much that like I'd have to have all of my jazz chops, and this is what this enables. I can just think shapes again. Adam, thank you so much for all of this, for making such a beautiful instrument and to encourage my exploration with all of these ideas. Tell everybody about what's happening.
I'm releasing a very limited batch. I figured I could make about 50 of each, and so that's what the original opening batch is going to be. It's been very fun to show you and see that at least I have one person that really likes it.
Oh, I am stoked. I'm so stoked to do exactly what I was just doing and just explore that stuff. I mean, yeah, the things that I just did there, I've not been able to do. It did what I was hoping it would do. It would open up a new door.